On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what one a blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So we're going to kick it off over there in Hopewell, Hanover, my peeps, where we'll be giving you an update as it relates to the knockings and clappings that took place on the compound of the Hopewell High School, where this man presently on your screen, identified as Jermaine Roberts, the bursar of the school, was brutally taken out in a hail of bullets by armed criminal elements. Now, a bizarre twist of events have taken place. So for those who have listened to On The Spot News Media yesterday morning's vlog would have understood that it is said that a lone criminal element walk upon the school compound and just spray the bursar with bullets, leaving him lifeless. It is also stated that the principal was in close proximity and got minor injuries from that incident. But now On The Spot News Media has learned that investigators are probing the knockings and clappings of the bursar, and also have theorized that an interpersonal conflict between the bursar Jermaine Roberts and the principal of the Hopewell High School, presently on your screen, Byron Grant, could have led to that brazen knockings and clappings on the school compound that took the life of the bursar Jermaine Roberts. Really, really sad, my peeps. And a late evening release from the Jamaica Constabulary Force Corporate Communications Unit, that's the CCU, on Thursday, has confirmed that the principal of the high school, Byron Grant, remained behind bars for a second consecutive night at the Lucy Divisional Headquarters. So a police stated that, and I quote, the principal of the high school in Hanover has been taken into police custody as investigations intensifies into the knockings and clappings that took the life of 35-year-old Jermaine Roberts. The CCU release also continued to state that Roberts was attacked by an unidentified individual who witnesses described as approximately 6 feet 2 inches tall and wearing a floral hoodie, end quote. So Grant was detained by the police late Wednesday night, hours after Roberts was reportedly taken out in a hail of bullets by that lone criminal element who had walked up to his car whilst he was driving out of the school compound. Roberts, who resides in Pitford, St. James, is originally from the parish of St. Thomas. The school's principal, who was on the compound when the incident occurred, was reportedly injured when he ran into a glass door which shattered in reaction to the knockings and clappings. It is said that he was treated at the hospital and later taken into custody by the police. The police did not reveal the reason for Grant's detention, but that is quite evident, my peeps. Quite evident. And really, really sad indeed, because when we send our kids to school, we expect our school leaders, such as a principal, to help us as parents instill conflict resolution in our children. And when a principal could be involved in the loss of life of its bursar, the school's bursar, that speaks volume to the direction that Jamaica is presently traveling in. So if the principal did such a brutal and wicked act to his bursar because of interpersonal conflicts, that simply means that the principal is no better than a regular old dirty kind of boy. In fact, I would say that the principal is even way worse because he is in a capacity to try to change that norm that our country is basically experiencing for years. We have to learn how to work out our differences without paying hired hitmen to take out the person that we are having a conflict with. Really, really sad. Very disappointed in that principal. And I hope that the police do their due diligence. And if he is indeed the person that paid that hitman to carry out that hit on the bursar, he is to be punished severely to the fullest extent of the law. We have to make an example out of these persons who are placed in a capacity to definitely make effective change in our country. And for a principal to be involved in the knockings and clappings that took the life of his bursar is really atrocious. Yeah, man. But anyway, make we continue. Now over there in the parish of St. Mary, yesterday I broke the news about the 7 criminal elements that escaped lockup. Now on the Spot News Media this morning have the pictures of the criminal elements, as yesterday morning when the news broke I only garnered 1. But before we get into the pictures, we're going to hear from SSP Stephanie Lindsay, head of the JCF's Corporate Communications Unit, as she weighs in on this latest escape at the Orokobesa police station. Listen.
Investigators from the Inspectorate Branch, along with persons from the St. Mary Division, are currently conducting investigation to determine the circumstances under which 7 prisoners escaped custody at the Rockabessa police station last night into this morning. The exact time of the jailbreak is not known. What we know at this point is that sometime after 6, you may check and realize that prisoners are cut their way out of a section or cut a section of the cell in one of the cells where they escaped. We would like the public to assist us with that. If they see them in their community, to call us, and while we have images that we will share with members of the public. But I think critical right now at this stage of the investigation is to make a determination and to find out exactly, what happened and what, if anything, they can garner that resulted in the jailbreak or could have prevented it.
Now a manhunt has been launched for the 7 prisoners who escaped from the Orokobesa lockup in St. Mary on Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Now on your screen is one of the criminal elements who has since been identified as 28 years old, Gavin Hurd. He's said to be of a Stony Hill and Enfield address in St. Mary. He has been charged with a knockings and clappings that has resulted in the loss of life of a man. The next man, no pictures has been ascertained for this man as yet, but he has since been identified as 24-year-old Trey Walker, said to be of a Claremont address in Senton, and he has been charged with a hold down and take. Yeah, man. The next escapee has since been identified as 25-year-old Jamala Vernon, said to be of Boscobel, St. Mary. And this next criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Delando Atkinson, is of a Pimento Walk in St. Anne and Boscobel, St. Mary. They are both facing robbery charges. The other criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Philip Williams, said to be of a Belfield address, and 22-year-old Linton Bailey, said to be of a Jacks River address, and 26-year-old LaShawn Davidson, also of a Jacks River address. All of them are from the parish of St. Mary, and all are charged with knockings and clappings with intent to take somebody's life. The men were discovered missing sometime after 6 a.m. Thursday morning. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of these criminal elements, note these criminals are indeed wanted, and if found in your company or immediate surrounding, you too are liable for prosecution. Yeah man, a word to the wise. Now over there in downtown Kingston, a man get caught up and end up losing 3 pints. Yeah man, may I tell you, the thing rough. Now the police are probing the knockings and clappings of a man along Orange Street in Kingston on Thursday morning. The deceased man is presently on your screen and has since been identified by his alias Joe or Joseph, and is believed to be a chef in the area. Now it is said that the man was taken out in a hail of bullets sometime before 7 a.m. in the vicinity of Tranquility. Now, information and pictures reaching on the Spot News Media would have shown the man lying on the ground right on the sidewalk beside a light post, and his cart filled with food items to be sold as he lay there lifeless. It is said that Anakis and Clappis, who is associated to a criminal factor, said to be the Don of Anatone. We all know who we are talking about. Right there, so. Yeah, man. As he has also been featured on the Spot News Media too many times. We're speaking of Danville Palmer. So unconfirmed reports coming from the streets is saying that it's a criminal element who is aligned to Danville Palmer that carry out that knockings and clappings of Joe. So Joe lose him 3 pints just before the Christmas holidays. Boy, may I tell him, my peeps. The thing rough. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine South Police Division, they have gotten yet another murder. Yeah, man. This time, the man who lost his life has since been identified as 35-year-old Orion Fraser, said to be of a Sundown Crescent address in Greater Portmore. Now, information is that he was at his 3-North address when armed criminal elements ClapWeh, leaving him lifeless. Now, information reaching on the Spot News Media suggests that sometime on Tuesday night, Fraser was painting and carrying out decorative activities inside his house in preparation for Christmas Day. It is said that he decided to venture outside to a nearby shop, and it was at this shop that armed criminal elements decided Fraser's fate, shocking his relatives and his whole community. His relatives stated that the residents of 3-North are said to be currently trying to figure out the puzzle of who could seek to take such a quiet and well-loved individual's life. So right now, my peeps, that family is presently grieving and deeply saddened as plans for Christmas has turned into funeral arrangements. Boy, may I tell you, really sad. Now over there in the Clarendon Police Division, 2 sisters are among 3 people arrested after an illegal firearm and ammunition was seized in Lagos District, Racecourse, Clarendon on Wednesday by the police. The sisters have since been identified as 28-year-old Chanel Francis, said to be a bartender of Savannah Heights in Clarendon, and her 25-year-old sister Chantel Francis, said to be a labourer of Water Lane, also in the parish of Clarendon. The taxi operator, identified as 40-year-old Peter Cunningham, also known as Rando, said to be of a Lago district address in Racecourse, Clarendon. All 3 was arrested by the police. Now on the Spot News Media has learned that the police team was conducting a spot check when a grey Toyota Probox was heading towards them reversed. The police stated that the vehicle was intercepted and searched, and a Glock pistol with 9 rounds of 9mm rounds was reportedly found on the floor of the vehicle. The trio was subsequently taken into custody pending further investigations. And still in the parish of Clarendon, the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, has launched a probe into the circumstances surrounding the fatal knockings and clappings of an alleged bus thief by the police. All of that took place on Foga Road in Four Parts, Clarendon, Thursday morning. So the man who ended up lose Fame 3 has since been identified as 31-year-old Gail Panton, said to be of a Watermouth district address in Porus, Manchester. Now, information reaching on the Spot News Media would have indicated that sometime around 3:45 a.m., the police received a report that a blue 2008 Toyota Hiace minibus was robbed from a man in Lincoln, Manchester. No assistance was sought, and the Manchester police, having received additional information, proceeded to Clarendon Park in Clarendon, where the vehicle was spotted. Efforts were made to stop the car by using the beacon lamp and loudspeakers of the police vehicle, but this proved futile, stated the police. It is also said that the bus reportedly sped along the thoroughfare towards the direction of Mapen. The police reportedly gave chase. Now, the vehicle then drove onto Foga Road, that's off the Bustamante Highway, and collided with a tree before coming to a stop. It is said that 3 men alighted from the bus and opened gunfire at the police. It is said that the lawmen returned the fire, and when the knockings and clappings subsided, 1 man was seen suffering from what appears to be some carnal wounds. He was, however, rushed to the Mapen Hospital, where he was pronounced, you know what? Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad them. And still in the parish of Clarendon, a man who was listed as a person of interest in connection with several murders and shooting in the Clarendon Police Division was fatally taken out during a police operation in the parish on Tuesday. So the criminal element that lost his life has since been identified as Davani Scarf, otherwise known as Tutu, said to be of a Osborne store address in Clarendon. He was taken out by the police during a reported confrontation with the cops at a bar about 4:10 p.m. It is reported by the police that the police responded to calls that gunmen were seen lurking outside a bar along Osborne Store Main Road. On their arrival, the cops were reportedly greeted with gunfire. Yeah, man. It is said that the police returned the fire and Scarf was fatally taken out and a firearm seized. Now, on the Spot News Media was reliably informed that he was a person of interest in relation to major crimes, including the recent knockings and clappings of a female vendor in the parish. Yeah, man. Now, this criminal element here on your screen met his demise, and rightfully so. So, who remember the incident where two sisters was traveling in a motor vehicle and they were pounced upon by armed criminal elements whilst they plied their goods for sale from their vehicle and were taken out in a hail of bullets by that criminal elements. One sister was saved, but the other lost her life. This is the old Nakis and Clappis that carried out that brutal attack on that female. Yeah, man. So good riddance and another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Yeah, man. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about is the knockings and clappings are going over there in the parish of St. Elizabeth. A senior citizen at that end up losing 3 pints in such a brutal and horrific manner. Now an elderly man was found lifeless at his home in Greenfield District, St. Elizabeth, early Thursday morning. But the police believe that the man, identified as a 70-year-old contractor, Amos Thompson, otherwise called Conroy, life was taken sometime Wednesday night. Thompson was also a United States resident. Now it is reported that sometime around 11:45 p.m. residents heard loud explosions but did not summon the police. Sometime around 6:50 a.m. Thursday morning, the police were called to the location after residents alerted them to the presence of the body. The police arrived and saw a crowd in the yard and upon investigating saw Thompson's body inside a Honda CR-V motor vehicle which was parked in a garage. The police stated that a section of the deceased man's body was partially outside the vehicle. He was clad in a grey-colored underpants and gold-looking watch. The yard was cleared and the scene was processed. Really sad indeed. 70 years old, left Farin, working money, do well for himself, come back home for settle, and this is the thanks that he got. Poor me, I tell him, my peeps, the thing rough, really rough. I can't blame members of the diaspora who are scared to come back home, because you want to come back in your little community that you're familiar with and just have a joy with your old friends and families. But some of them, boy, me I tell you, my peeps, some of them evil and wicked, and you literally can't put nothing past some of them dirty, nasty people here. Really sad to see how we good country narrow down to this. But anyway, my peeps, remember, if you like, share, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.